Hello. Hello. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready. Hello. Hello, good evening. And welcome to another stream of Plane Shift, or good afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Hello. Hi, Dotted Fish. Welcome. Okay, so I think we did pretty much everything we wanted to do on the new release, and we are ready to package it, right? Now, packaging a new release is always an interesting experience because there is always stuff that happens that you were not planning, right? Like, for example, what I've seen now is that my Mac overnight decided to update itself, right? And installed a new Xcode version. Xcode on Mac is basically the Visual Studio, if you want, right? So is all the compilation, is the compiler, all the tool chain for it and such, right? Plus the Visual IDE. So it's basically everything. And yeah, it's been updated right now, right? Right now. I mean, it's true that I'm not starting up my Mac since quite some time, so probably that's why. But yup. So we have to see if everything works properly with the new version of Xcode, if there are new deprecation stuff, new errors, new whatever, right? So so let me create maybe the let me give you a bit of a roadmap of what we have to do, right, to create a release, right? So where is it? It's not here. Release progress. There it is. Okay, the release progress starts with 0745. This is the new release that we want to build, and basically all of this is not done. Well, maybe some parts are. I will tell you what is and what is not. Let me just add one thing. So Bug Tracker actually has two things. Is the new it was smaller than 20. Okay. Is the new version, and then is also move ready to test. I know what is it. Okay, so for a new release, this is all the stuff that we have to do, right? Maybe let me save it as clean so that I don't have to do this work all the time. So we need to build on 3 platforms, on Windows, on Linux, and on Mac, the development environments, right? And here is where we basically build the release package. Plus we have the production environment where we have the server side, where we have to do the server side, the database upgrade, and the server test. And then we have a number of things that I called here websites, but basically we have to upload the binaries to the website, we have to update the download page, we have to post some news, we have to update Discord, Patreon, then the bug tracker, right? So all of this is needed, right, to create a full release. And it is what I'm gonna do. Now, I already did pieces of it, right? I already did some pieces of it, but I see that we are in trouble in some areas. So let me try again. Let me try again like this. So I'm restarting the Mac shipping. Okay, it's basically not working. I can make it bigger so you can read what I'm doing, but it's basically not working on Mac. While on Linux, this is the Linux machine. You can read it at the top. On Linux, it seems that everything went well, because on Linux I actually compiled. When you see this message, archive command completed, build successful, this means that everything is good, right? So on Linux I built the server side and was fine. I built now the client side and seems also to be fine, right? And let me try. Let me try to complete it. This file are all my instructions, so the instructions that I follow to actually complete the release. And I mark with an X the stuff that I already done and such, right? So this one actually completed properly. And we need to see if we can I need to see if we can copy that. Yes. Now, in this case, we also have to build the launcher, right? Because the launcher is updated as well, because it's updated to Unreal Engine 5.4. And so we have to be sure that from my main machine, this one, the Windows machine, right? I have checked in everything for the launcher. And I think I did, actually. Hello, Hula. Hello, Old P. Hey, how are you? Yeah, just that. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, everything is checked in, right? So we can SVN update. Okay, so everything is updated. Everything is updated here, which is nice. And yeah, I think we can do this, yes. And I think we can just launch the new compilation. Yeah, the problem is that now this is different. It's different because it's no more in the same directory as it was. So now basically we need to point to this, right? Yeah, because I never built on Linux the updater with the new Unreal version, right? So, and this is why I was still pointing to 5.1. Now, it's actually the same here, right? It's actually the same here. I'm just checking that. Here I didn't change the export. That's a bit weird, actually. Interesting. I didn't change the export. Okay. Was it? Build shipping updater, huh? Okay. Permission denied. Okay, so let me summarize what we are doing. So on Linux, the server build seems to be done. Now I didn't test it, but it seems to be done, right? The server test is something that we do directly there because we do it here. The server test we do it in production, so we don't do it here. The client build actually seems to be completed. And now we are working on this, right? So now we are on the launcher build. And then we will have to do the final package and then check the updates. I'm pretty good, thank you. Everything is going well. I mean, I am happy that we are doing a new release. This new release is mostly a technical release, meaning that we are upgrading the Unreal Engine. So it doesn't bring a lot of new functionalities, but because I spend a lot of time actually upgrading to Unreal Engine 5.4, but this brings us forward, you know, at least a year and a half on the Unreal Engine updates. So that's pretty good. So on Mac we are trying to do the client build. We don't do the server one on Mac, right? We do only the client. So, and we are working on this. On Windows, we actually don't use the server build, but actually this one is done and this one is done because this is the one that I use regularly, right? So these two are actually completed. I'm trying to do the client build on Windows, but unfortunately we are encountering some errors, right? and that is what I'm trying to debug. So that is pretty much what we are working on, right? So you can see the status vertically of where we are. Okay, so the Mac Mini is kind of stuck while the Linux is going. Okay, so the Linux is going for the launcher. Okay, let me try the Mac. The Mac really doesn't want to work at this point. I'm surprised on the why. I don't understand why. So let me do this. Let me use the same command that I did previously on Mac that I thought it was not needed anymore, but at this point I will try to use it anyway this way. In theory this should not be needed anymore, but I see that it's failing, so and if it fails again, I think we're just gonna clean completely the intermediate directory and try again, but there is definitely something not... Okay, while this is running, we have a very weird problem on Windows, right? So on Windows we get this message warning, right, on the Arangma run, and I don't understand what is it, right? So I'm gonna open the editor 1 second and see if I want to remove this warning. I think it's just a warning, but still it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. I don't know what it's searching here. It's searching for an animation track or a notified track. I don't know if this is a notified track or is an animation track. That I don't know. In theory, we can search it in the Unreal Engine sources, but I have a question, but you're looking busy. Can you answer? Yeah, just answer. I mean, just ask. Yeah. I mean, I'm always busy, but but I'm streaming also to interact with you guys, so it's perfectly fine. So I don't understand why this Arangma... I don't know if it's the montage, which is... Arangma hit, Arangma attack. First of all, I don't understand who did that connection, really. It makes no sense. But apart from that, doesn't look like he's in the montage. Because this warning is not given, so could not find track Arangma FL leg point, right? So this is what is... Arangma FL leg point. I mean, it's doing it from... Arangma skeleton. I mean, I don't see any weird tracks. I don't see any, you know, any layer, any curves. I mean, this animation is very, very clean, right? Doesn't have curves, doesn't have notification, doesn't have anything. So animation track names. Maybe it's here. Arangma FR leg point. Ah, okay. So what he's probably saying is that the animation is trying to refer to a bone which is actually not there. Is this what he's saying? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's probably what he's saying. So this means that we wrongly animated the endpoints of this character, like the the tip of the bone. I think there may be a problem like that. I don't know. It's like weird. Ah. Why we don't have a blend file? I mean, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to solve it now, but definitely is not here. I think there is not much I can do. I mean, one thing I could do, right, is to remove these tracks, but I don't know if I can actually remove the tracks. No, I cannot. Because these tracks are parts of the animation. But this seems to be or tail bones, right, or end bones, or maybe controllers that are not really present in the actual skeleton. So unfortunately, I have to remember to check in these files in the proper directories, because if I lose them. So I started programming when I was 12 with Visual Basic, and then when I was 17, I'm interested in game development, so I started with Unity, and then when I was 10, I changed to Engine to Unreal. Yeah, I think it's good because it means that you learn different things. You know, you can see different engines. Different engines are doing things differently. So I think it's good that you have seen more, right? I mean, changing engine is fine. But both Unity and Unreal can be good depending on what you need to do, right? Depends on what is the objective. Actually, I moved it. I wanted to copy it, not to move it. Yeah, exactly. No, bro. The blend file, please. Yeah. And then the gobble. I'm just doing something else because I realized that some files were missing from here. So this is nothing to do with the release, but just okay. No, I was trying to understand where the Arangma came from. I think it came straight from 3ds Max long time ago. I think I should be in Pro Studios. What should I do to be accepted by company? Well, I guess you need a bit of a curriculum, right? So depending on how old are you now? You are like 20 something. Well, I think you need to put in your curriculum the stuff that you know. So the Unity piece, the Unreal Engine piece, right? So maybe you could build a kind of a demo or something, or you can build something to show and put it in your curriculum as well. And then, I mean, the first thing to be accepted is actually to contact the companies, right? So are you actively checking the job offerings that are available from all the companies? And are you actively sending CVs to them? Because if not, they will not come to you. So I think that this block we cannot solve pretty much, but it's all warning. So I'm not expecting this to. Now this one is something that this post outline, right, is something that is there since ever, and I never actually. I don't even know if this is used anymore. I think this thing is not used anymore. I think we can even delete it if we want. Exactly, it's not used by anything. So the idea here was that post outline. So why is complaining here? It's complaining because use of undeclared identifier custom depth texture. Okay, what is that? I don't see that. Huh? There is no error here actually. Use of undeclared identifier custom depth texture. Return texture 2D sample. Huh? Should I just resave it and it will go away or no? No. Use of undeclared identifier custom depth texture. Custom depth scene texture ID. So at the moment it is doing nothing or what? I mean, if I remove it, what happens? at feature level SM5. I don't understand what this guy is saying. Do you understand what he's saying? I don't understand what he's saying. Where is this custom depth? Let me delete pieces and see if let me delete pieces and see if the error goes away. Yeah, now it went away. So the error seems to be, well, it went away also because I completely disconnected this part, right? Should I just Google it? I don't understand what he's trying to tell me, actually. I don't understand why. I don't understand what he's trying to tell me. Your custom node input is named height map. What happened to the code you have height map? So it seems to be custom depth. So this one does not exist. Okay. I think I understand it then. So custom depth does not exist. No, it does exist, is here. Custom depth. Where is this? I mean, custom depth texture is not in this thing. Maybe it's here. No. We need to understand where is this coming from, okay? Let me see if I remove this block. It's not that block. I think it's this block, but no, it's not that block. So it's not this block. It's not this block. I think we have to go, you know, step by step and see. It's still giving exactly the same error. Let me try to remove this wall block here. And then I will restore the original texture, okay? But I want to reach a point where it's probably in the properties. It's probably somewhere else because I don't get, right, what it's trying to do. Okay, like now it went away. Okay, now it went away. So or is inside is MF custom spiral. Or is inside this thing. Yes, it is. It is inside this thing. Oh wow, this is what? This is a custom shader? This seems to be a custom shader actually. So probably something changed and yeah, but it's this thing, huh? It's this thing. How can steel work if in reality this is not? I think this code was copied from somewhere. That is my feeling. Exactly, here it is. This one has been copied from somewhere, and So basically what he's complaining about is that this variable is not defined, right? It's just saying that. It's saying that this variable and this variable is not defined, right? So that is what it's saying. So I don't know if it was a standard... So I'm just trying to understand if he's expecting that variable in... Why texture 2D sample is not there? I mean, I was expecting the texture 2D sample to be a valid, right? To be a valid syntax, or is that calling in a real engine one? So it seems that, yeah, it isn't a real engine call, but the custom depth texture is actually not working. So or it got renamed, or it got, right? So this is what I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand if this custom depth texture... I mean, we can also leave it, but I wanted to... I mean, I can just remove it. It's not used anyway, but I think it was nice to fix it. But basically, it's not working, right? This part is not working. I don't understand if this texture 2D sample... I mean, I could, in theory, search it in Unreal, right? Yeah, you see that in fact it exists in... let me read what you said, OP. I'm doing some props in Blender, also using C++ EU, but I don't know cinematic. Well, cinematic you can avoid for now. Cinematic is something very advanced. Control rig for arrears is not perfect by usable. Actually, I'm doing Ever Try English Company. Yeah, I mean, I think it's better in your language, yes. First thing I search the company and then I change my CV. Yeah, that seems to be a good idea, actually. But yeah, I mean, contacting companies is the best way. Scene texture, right? So what I would like to understand is this scene texture a variable defined somewhere, or is it? Because you see that here is used in a completely different way, right? It is used, I mean, he has a scene texture and scene sampler, right? But maybe because here is in the context of something else, so. Scene depth texture and scene depth sampler. Wow, it's used in a million places. But yeah, it seems to be variables that are coming from somewhere, right? So I don't think I can just place whatever name I want. So that's a bit of the point, right? But basically it's saying that these two things do not exist. That is what it's saying. Scene depth sampler. Like scene depth texture, it seems that he used it. But scene depth sampler, it doesn't like. Why? Before it was what? Before it was custom depth texture sampler. Custom depth texture. I don't understand what I'm doing here, but fine. I don't understand exactly what I'm doing. Because because the scene depth texture, right, is used only one time. Here, scene depth texture, scene depth sampler, right? But it seems that the scene depth sampler is actually not defined. I think I would just use another sampler and see if it compiles, and which is obviously gonna break it, but no, it's the same. Scene depth texture, it seems he likes it now, but he doesn't like scene color sampler. So it seems that here But I don't see anything defined here, right? So I mean, where is this scene depth texture coming from, right? I think is a variable defined in Unreal, right? Fuck. No. No. Just doesn't like it. All the samplers that are used here are not working. Or anyway, they are not recognized. I don't know exactly what, right? It's like if it's missing an input, right? It's missing an input from here, but none of this are any of these variables, right? And scene depth texture, it seems to recognize it. So my question is, why recognize that one and it doesn't recognize other stuff, right? So that's what I don't understand. And every time I search, is not. Because this is done in blueprints while we do it with a custom shader. So scene depth node, right? In theory, okay, this is Unity, GG. We're losing time. We are losing time, unfortunately. We are losing time. The only one that I see is the scene depth sampler, but this one also doesn't work. This one also doesn't work. Undeclared identifier. So it's like if it's not available, while scene depth texture actually is available. So why one is available and the other is not? This is what I don't understand. Is it because that call is... can I double click on this? No, I cannot. So my question is, where is this defined? Where is this defined? You see that there is a scene depth texture. There is a scene depth texture. Ah yes, the scene depth texture is there. But a scene depth sampler is not there. Huh? Actually, there is also custom depth texture. But custom depth texture was giving an error, right? Yep. So even if it's declared here, right? Even if it's declared here, I think probably depends on the way you configure the Unreal. like the custom depth texture sampler, right? Which is the one that we tried to use. Is the one that is giving, yeah. Okay, I think I would just give up and just remove the node. I think it was interesting to learn it a bit, understand what it was doing, but it seems to be it goes beyond my comprehension, right, of this part. I think it goes beyond that. I mean, I can put the same one twice, but I think they are different things. So yeah, exactly. So one is a float 4 texture 2D vector float 4 to sampler state for second argument. Yeah, sampler state. Which is probably the type that is searching, right? If any of you knows shader programming, he's probably looking at me like, what is this guy doing, man? It's probably a very simple answer, but I don't know it. I don't know much about this part, so texture sampler. It seems that we don't have any sampler that actually work, right? So it seems that like this texture to the sample inside this custom node is basically not working, right? Text sampler. Yeah, what I'm missing is this text sampler coming from somewhere or not, right? This is what I don't understand. Is this text sampler a variable that you declare somewhere, or is declared by Unreal? Because you see, text sampler doesn't work. But what he's explaining here is that input name text maybe is appending text sampler automatically. I don't know. That's kind of weird though, but maybe it does. So you mean that it should be? I mean, if that's a true statement, then it will be like UV sampler? No, I don't think so. No, because UV sampler is not recognized. I mean, UV is because it's part of our thing, but text sampler, right, is not defined. So unless I'm not seeing it in this page, but I don't understand where this sampler is coming from. I don't get it. Okay, fuck it. So UV actually kind of works, but sampler doesn't, and we can use only variables that are here. So if I use distance, what do you say? No way. Texture 2D vector. Texture 2D vector float 4. But the incredible thing is that scene depth texture is actually working, right? And we don't have it defined anywhere, but that one is actually working. Because texture 2D sample takes 3 parameters, there is no way. And the second one must be a sampler, but I don't know what a sampler means. Do you know what a sampler is? I don't know what a sampler is. This that scene sampler, I don't know what is it. This sampler state, right? What is a sampler state? What is it? Is a string? There is a texture, the UV, and the sampler in the middle. But we don't know what the sampler is. Yeah, exactly. Must be a sampler state, but I don't know how to use. So what are basically the question is, what are the sampler states available inside that function, right? We don't know. Because sampler state seems to be a class that is defined somewhere, but probably is inside the HSL code, right? And if I just search sampler, right, we have a bunch of well, actually we don't have that many. Okay, GG. I just remove it. I just remove it. I just remove it. I just remove this part. I don't care. I don't care. I don't know exactly how it works anyway, because you see that it actually works, right? Which is kind of weird, but it actually. So if I remove this, right, you see that it becomes all black, right? But if I do this, it's actually working. So the preview works, but the material gives an error, right? And that's kind of very, very strange. I don't understand how this is even possible, right? Because maybe it's just taking the texture coordinate and is passing them through. That's possible. Nope. So this thing is basically not working, but working at the same time. It's kind of hilarious though. What the fuck? How it is possible? How it is possible that is working but not working? Huh? So it fails the compilation, but still works. That is absolutely incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Unless there is a preview that was that is stored somewhere. No, but I don't think so. Is there a new version of this? Why whatever we do is not... Well, it's true that we deleted the upper part, huh? It's true that we deleted the upper part. I want to understand if there is a new... There is a new version of this which does the same, right? But it needs to take the texture though. Yeah, exactly, like this. No. Supply the texture to blur as the texture object. I mean, it was this one in theory. No? Supply the texture to blur. I don't understand what he wants here. It doesn't want a texture sample, right? I don't understand what is this texture object. Supply the texture to blur as a texture object node, right? As a texture object node. Texture object. What the fuck is a texture object? Why? Still not doing anything. Okay, at least he doesn't complain. I don't know. GG. We will save it like this. I don't want to work anymore on this thing. Anyway, it's not used. So I wanted to understand a bit better. I think it's very interesting to see that we can have actually a custom shader programmed this way. I think it's very cool. It's nice, but at the moment it's just slowing us down, and it's not used in our game at the moment. So fine. I will just forget about it. Okay. I would just forget about it. There is the guy that is not compiling, so I think this one we would just going to delete. It should not be used anywhere, so yeah, exactly. I think we're just going to delete it. Okay, so now at least that error with because that one was an error, right, in our build, so it was really showing up as an error. I don't think that's it because it's been there since ever, but let's try again and see if it still fails. I think it will probably still fail, but at least we'll not give that error anymore, right? There's another error up there. GTFL something. Let me check, what is this? What is this thing? Load config GTFL export option import failed for the fur material backsides in pot 1024. Pot 1024, what is it? He went forward though, or no? I think he went. I think he's. Let's see. Let's see if he gives the same error or no. There are a lot of weird errors anyway. This one I really don't understand. So it seems to be inside a script, right? It seems to be inside a script, a GLTF exporter, right? And it seems that this exporter has, I don't even know where it's imported from, right? But it seems that it's somewhere in the Unreal Engine stuff. Okay, here it is. GTLF exporter is actually a C++ class. GTLF exporter. And he's saying that default material bake sides, which by the way doesn't even exist. Well, it kind of does. This seems to be an Unreal error though. I mean, this is in Unreal, it's not our side. But still we get the error, right? Still we get the error. And the only error that is listed is this one. Just replace the config files. It seems that I've seen this already. Did I put it on the wiki or not? Let me see if I put this on the wiki, because every error that I find, right, I tend to put on the wiki. Ah! I did. There is. Is here. I got this error. I solved it by deleting PS Unreal 511 saved config. Oh my god, serious? PS Unreal 1 so saved config. Yeah, which in theory this stuff can go. Okay. It's kind of weird that the Linux one, yeah, but the Linux one didn't check it because actually it's not. Okay, now probably it will work then. Yeah, we faced that problem already. I just didn't remember. Luckily, I put it in my wiki. Yeah, there is that error, but... Okay, meanwhile this is running. Let me check what is going on the Mac and on the Linux. The Linux updater actually completed. The Linux updater actually completed. So we arrived up to here, huh? Yes. And then we have to copy this library. Then we are deleting the debug symbols, yes, because we don't want to have, you know, big debug symbols just for the update. The updater should be as light as possible. And also we are removing this part because it's something that already exists in the... Okay. So in theory the Linux build is done. In theory. Now, if it works, I don't know. Yeah, but in theory it is done. Wait. Ay, 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 ay. There was the old 0745 that I did as a test. Let me see how big is this. Is 14 gigabytes. Is 14 gigabytes. I think it may be correct. I mean, just saying, just looking at it, you know, overall. But I think we will have to do a test to understand if this actually works or not. But in theory, it's rebuilt. We have the updater built, we have the client built, and now we are packaging it. So it seems basically that this is done. And now we are on the final packaging on Linux. On Windows, I hope we managed to skip that issue. No, still saying cook failed. It's not giving that error anymore though. No, it's giving the same error. It's giving the same error. Why? It's because the editor was open. Because my note said that I solved it just by deleting the config files under saved. Now you may say, at the moment it's not reading this save directory. But you see that it's recreating those files instantly. As soon as I delete them, it is recreating them. I mean, I can delete the world saved, but it's kind of strange. Also because we have built it already, right? We have built already exactly this release. I can delete the world saved if we want. I mean, like everything, not just config. I'm just waiting. So on Linux is okay. On Linux he packaged it, so we can finish the packaging just by zipping it up. Right? Bzip is taking a lot of time. Did he went forward? I think he went forward, no? Looks like. I think the Windows is moving forward. Okay. Yeah, he's archiving. Yeah. Okay. So you have to delete the config files with the editor open, right? Because if you have the editor open, is saving ini files that you must have the editor closed, or the editor is resaving those ini files. Okay, this what happened, right? That okay, good. So the Windows is archiving now. The Mac, unfortunately, in the Mac we are a bit stuck because the Mac. I mean, we can check this file. It's asking us to check this file. Automation tool was unable to run successfully. Let me do it from the actual machine, because sometimes weird things happen on Mac. On Mac sometimes weird things happen that if you do it not directly on the machine, what? What do you mean the application terminal cannot be opened? Are you crazy? I can open it from here, but not from here. Why? Because you changed it? Yeah, because the system updated itself. I don't know what happened exactly, but can I delete this? Let me try to do it directly on the Mac. I mean, we are still through a VNC, but it is probably... No, it's not. Should we just clean it and redo it? I think we have to rebuild. I mean, if Xcode really updated itself, I think we have to rebuild with Xcode Unreal Engine. Unfortunately. Let me check that. So if we go in our instructions, right, for Mac, what does it say on? I say to check the Unreal Engine recompile from our macOS page. Okay. Yeah, I think that something got reinstalled right tonight, like I've said, on Mac. He updated itself, and in the update, the toolchain changed. Are you far from the grand final? That is our charter, Hula. When everything is green, I'm done. So yes, I'm at the moment I'm not very close, but the Linux went kind of okay, but the Windows and the Mac are kind of in trouble. So yeah, but I mean we will do it. It's just a matter of fixing a few things, but. I don't know if I want to run again the setup command, but yeah, probably I will, because I mean, if the operating system changed, I mean, some of the dependencies may have changed, right? So I don't remember exactly where we have the. I think here. I think I will redo this. I will redo this, and I will redo the generate files. This will probably completely recompile the engine, but it's fine. I mean, at least we do it clean with the new. I don't know if he updated also my operating system. Sonoma, macOS Sonoma 14.6.1. Sonoma 14.6.1. Release date is August the 7th. Yep. He updated itself, the bastard. The bastard updated itself. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, so that's why it's not working at the moment, right? Because he updated itself and is not anymore the same tool chain that we had when we did the test. Because what I did, I did one test for Linux, for Windows, and for Mac just after the upgrade to Unreal Engine 5, right? Because I wanted to be sure, 5.4, because I wanted to be sure, that we didn't have problems like this. But as usual on Mac, that is not enough, right? That is not enough, because the operating system doesn't really care. I mean, it's just updating itself without telling you. And so we have to follow these instructions pretty much. So we will load these are already updated for EU5, as you can see, because I updated it last time I did the test, right? And then what he's saying is to go, yeah, this one should not be changed, right? So build settings, and this should not be changed. We can check it again, but yeah, sign to run locally. And the team is empty, yeah. Yeah, and then we do shader compiler. So, and then we do It's still loading. I think it's still loading stuff. Yeah, it's still loading. That's why I don't have the no, because in that drop down I should have all the different what? I should have in this drop down, right, the shader compiler editor. Select shader compiler editor my Mac target in the title bar, right? But why I don't see it? Oi, oi, oi. Oi, 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 oi. Why here? Maybe I have to switch under programs. Huh? Why everything is empty? So under programs, right? There should be. Let me do it differently. So if I go here, right, 543 release, right, 543 release. There is a EU5 Mac workspace, right, this one. And this one is the one that we want to open with Xcode. In theory it's the same, but let me try to reopen it from Finder and see if it's any different, but it's saying indexing text. I mean, it should give us a drop down where we can select the other tools, including the shader editor, which usually is the first one that you compile. Better to make a PS for Atari with NSAT stack for yeah. I mean, if the operating system is changing, is always kind of a struggle, right? But I mean, it is unfortunately the policy of Apple is pretty much like this. So they just update stuff. They don't care if you have an app working on it, you know, and you have to change your app. I mean, they really don't care. This is what I've seen, at least. They don't care. Why I cannot select like usual here all the tools? Why the programs didn't load in? It seems that nothing loaded here. What the fuck? Okay, we can just recompile this, but it's not going to do what we want to do, I think. I think it's not going to do what we want to do. And the build is gonna take a lot. The build is gonna take a few hours. You see, the last time I actually compiled it was the end of August. This is when we did the actual test, right, for the 5.4 release. Does it tell you how much time it took? Yeah, it took 7,801 seconds. 7,801 seconds. So it's about 2 hours. Yeah. It's 2.1 hours. I think it's gonna take the same time probably. Okay, already failed. GG. You already failed. Project max active development configuration destination force run external running external setup bundle. Microsoft Mac succeeded last percent. Platform Mac is not a valid platform to build. What the fuck? You want any Mac? You want any Mac? No, here it was my Mac. What do you mean my Mac is... What do you mean my Mac is not a valid platform to build? Come on, he always worked this way. He always worked this way. Let me just check one thing, because sometimes he's complaining about the signing identity, right? No? Xcode preference accounts. There is Xcode settings accounts. Created 2824, right? So the certificate should be valid. But why is saying that my Mac is not working? I think they changed something. Platform Mac is not a valid platform to build. Check that the SDK is installed properly. Bro, I mean, it worked a month ago. Why you had to update your operating system, you stupid thing? Why? I just need to build my game. Why? I already clicked on it. I already clicked on this, so it already happened to me? Because I already clicked on this. So do we also have this one in my wiki? No. We don't, but I already clicked on it, so it means that it happened to me already. Oh my god. It is possible that the new operating system is not capable of compiling Unreal for whatever reason. Ah, shit. 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 Fucking operating system, really. Fucking operating system, bro. Fucking operating system. Let me restart it and see, because maybe it upgraded itself and it didn't restart, I don't know. Maybe it didn't cleanly restart after the upgrade or whatever. Can I downgrade? No, I don't. I mean, how can I tell this freaking guy not to update itself? I don't know why, when I build Linux and when I build Windows, it takes me like a day. When I build Mac, it takes me like a week, right? It's ridiculous. Every time there is a problem on Mac, every time, every build, every single time. Every single time. General software update. General software update. Automatic updates. Update of this Mac are managed by what? He wants to update it to another operating system. Bro, what do you mean? I mean, we got 4.7 in August, right? In August they released the... No, in July. They released another one now that I should upgrade to? Come on. '16th of September. Oh my god. They released the new version the 16th of September. So if you upgrade to this one, no one ever used it yet. Sonoma 14.7. So because we are on Sonoma, right? We are on Sonoma. But bro, I built in August. I don't know. I mean, I built a month ago. Not even a month ago. It was the 28th. Yeah, nearly a month. I built a month ago and was working perfectly. So Should I clean it? I mean, should I clean the wall intermediate and such so that is restarting from scratch? Hello, Stern. I'm having a lot of fun with the Mac. A lot of fun in quotes. It's not compiling anymore due to a operating system upgrade that happened automatically for whatever reason. I just restarted the machine hoping that it does something, but so the error is platform Mac is not a valid platform to build. Check that the SDK is installed properly and you have the necessary platform support files. Bro, I built it a month ago, 24 days ago. Where do I find the compatibility of Unreal Engine with... Did you upgrade Xcode? Yeah, I did. He installed it. He installed it automatically after the other upgrade. So when I started the machine, the Xcode was saying that I had to install it because it was not installed anymore. So he kind of so Xcode is version 16 now. Is it the latest? I don't know, but I don't even know how to see if it's the latest. The problem is that there is another operating system update in the queue, right? An operating system that was released the 17th of September. No, the 16th of September. Where do I see the freaking compatibility? Or supported versions, right? I want to know. Like, you know, if you ask what is the Visual Studio, right? The Visual Studio supported version, right? He's telling you. I don't know if here or somewhere. Right, here is version compatibility, right? He's telling you, okay, with 5.4 you need this version, right? So I was hoping that so it's calling it version compatibility. So if I search macOS version compatibility, can I get the same or no? I cannot. I cannot. Why this thing is done so stupidly, right? Why I cannot just get my... Why I cannot get this answer directly from Unreal Engine documentation? Ah, wait. Maybe here. Development requirement. Current development requirements. Operating system, latest macOS 13 Ventura. It is Unreal Engine 5.4. 13 Ventura. But 13 Ventura is old. 13 Ventura... was released on October 22. GG. So he's saying that from that up, in theory, right? From that up. Ah, wait. Version history. EU version 5.4, Mac OS X Ventura, Xcode 14.1, latest code 14. Yeah, but this is old, bro. This is old. This is very old. This is very old. No, I think it's here. I think this page is okay, right? So the problem is that my Mac updated itself during the night or whatever. He decided to update itself, this motherfucker, and now we don't build anymore, right? While before the update we were building, because a month ago I built it, and I'm so upset that just for something that happened outside of my control, we cannot release, right? We cannot release on Mac. So annoying. So annoying. How do I get... I want to know what he installed. How do I get the list of upgrades? History of upgrades. How do I get it? Press and hold the Option key while choosing the Apple menu system information. Press and hold the Option key. You mean the Apple key? While choosing menu system information. From the software selection, select installations. Huh? Apple menu. There is no system information, there is system settings. I would like at least to know what happened, right? Press and hold the Option key. What is the Option key on Mac? Huh? Ah, is that one? Do I have a Mac keyboard on that? No. I mean, it may correspond to the window key. It may, but doesn't mean that. Why they didn't just put it in a freaking menu instead of having to press a weird key, right? I'm getting mad tonight. I'm getting mad. Anyway, system settings. Maybe there is an update screen here. From the software section of the sidebar, select installation. Software section. What is the software? Software. Software doesn't do shit. Software update. The option key, because this option key maybe is enabling more stuff. I don't know. I mean, I can try to press the window key while I click on this, but yes, actually the window key did something. Okay, it's the window key. The window key equal to the software installations, install date, (2309/24), which is today. So today he installed, we installed Xcode because he asked us, right, to. There is a forum thingy. How do I make and regenerate a project for Xcode 16? Okay. Then what else? What else did he install? I mean, I'm trying to understand if we got an operating system upgrade. Yeah, I got an operating system upgrade. The 23.8. By the way, the 23.8 is the same day that I actually compiled the previous, right? 23.8 at 8 in the morning. Obviously deleted the previous runs, right? Because it was too nice to have them. Obviously deleted the previous one, but anyway, I remember we have it on the stream. I think it was the 23rd of August. It was in the afternoon. So in theory, is only Xcode that updated. Okay, let me check what you're saying. Let me check what you're saying. Yes, it is the same error that we get. I found a hack that makes this work. Inside user sharing epic config Apple SDK JSON, there was a maxed version of the Xcode supported. Holy shit, bro. User epic shared 5.4. Can I downgrade my Xcode? I don't want to run on a non-supported version, right? So you can re-download it basically and reinstall it. Okay, I think we try the fix, and if the fix works, fine. But if not, we can downgrade to Xcode 15 again. Let me just see how hard this is to do this. No, because I know that Apple developer will require me to pay for it, and I don't pay for it. So I'm pretty sure if I go there, it will tell me, sorry, you cannot, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they don't give it to me if I don't pay. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. And I'm not paying at the moment. So we generate local certificate and such, so I don't want to give money. I mean, I'm producing free software and I have to give money to them. It's stupid. So let me see. I'm signing in now. I'm on the other screen. I'm signing in. I want to see if he first of all, if he lets me sign in. Okay, sent me a two-factor authentication, which is nice. So maybe give me a code on my mobile. Okay. Okay, authorize, okay. Okay. So I'm logged in, but I'm not part of the Apple developer program because you have to pay for it for the App Store, right? So Xcode, okay, so I go to Xcode, and then these screenshots are super old, but anyway. GG. If I click on Xcode, it's bringing me to a page that doesn't exist. There is Xcode documentation and Xcode support article. Yeah, I think it doesn't let me get into the page because I don't pay. I'm pretty sure. Motherfuckers. So they do the upgrade automatically and then I cannot downgrade. So annoying. So yeah, we have the only thing that was upgraded then was Xcode. Okay, let's try the workaround and see. I don't like working on support, completely on support. But anyway, I mean, people will get the same problem very soon. So a lot of other people will get the same problem very soon. So let me see this. He's saying user shared Epic Games. Doesn't exist. Well, there is a user shared Unreal Engine. But how old is this? No, this is only the launcher. Ah, because he installed it there. Okay, wait. He probably installed it there. So my Unreal Engine is here. Engine config Apple But the other streamer did downgrade. No need to pay anything. Okay. I cannot find the page, but maybe I can try harder and I will find it. I don't understand why this thing upgraded itself, really, so stupid. And he upgraded itself now that I have to make the release, you know, I couldn't do it like in a week from now. No, I had to do it today, right? Or 2 days ago, whenever it was. Also here I don't have the normal thing, right? So I don't have the shader editor, I don't have all the solutions, I don't know why. So this is already a problem. Yeah, let's try again. Yeah, he's going forward. He's going forward. Oh my god, GG, bro. Struct, undeclared identifier, whatever, declaration shadow, enqueue render command. Yeah, we already have errors in the compilation, so I don't know if those shadow variable will be ignored, but usually they are not. At least on Windows they are not anymore. Okay, meanwhile, let's just check our Linux. What the fuck? Ah, this was the reboot on Mac. Yeah, this was the reboot on Mac. So meanwhile, on Linux, right? I guess that we got our file. So at least the Linux release should be ready, or anyway, nearly ready. Is increased by what? By 100 megabytes? Well, a bit more. Well, I loaded some stuff, but I didn't think I loaded that much, but okay, fine. It seems to be actually quite bigger. Because this one didn't have the updater. Yeah, I have to compare it with this one. Yeah, which was 063. Yeah, 100 megabyte. Yeah, it's, I don't know. That's fine. Anyway, so that is the file, right? So we should copy that file on my machine. Wait a second. Okay, here it is, 0745, yes. We copied on my machine. And then I will put it online and we can start to test it. Now on Windows, right? Because we were also doing the Windows in parallel, right? Windows completed, that's very nice. Windows completed, so we can package the Windows as well. Okay, so let me just check all the steps. So this step is done on Windows. Execute the other commands. Yes, I will. The other commands are basically this. So we just have to copy a few files. The server list, this libzip, whatever, and this other thing. Okay. Now, the problem is that we have to rebuild also the launcher, right? So this one is done. Now we have to build the launcher. So it's saying delete the directory and real shipping. Okay, we can do that. completely. Windows old. Yeah, let's delete these two directories. Okay. And then what? I'm following my guide one by one because it's too complex otherwise. Okay, and then we launch this thing. And then we launch this thing. Okay. So this will build the Windows client. So in our roadmap, this is done. And well, client test I still need to do. And now we are doing this, the PS launcher build, right? When everything is green on this chart, we finish the release. I hate when streamers remove all the VODs and clip when finished streaming. Yeah, Apple change stuff all the time. Is insane. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay, the file arrived on my machine. Now, before copying it live, well, I guess I can anyway. I mean, I need some of you to test it, so I will have to give it to you anyway for testing. So. I need to reinitialize my hosting FTP capabilities a second. There are a few steps I need to do to be able to load files into the production server because there is some extra security. There is some extra security by IP, and so I need to basically whitelist my IP. Okay. So now it should be enabled. So now if I try to connect again. Okay. Okay, so okay. Okay, meanwhile, so the Linux is going to prod now. Here we are building this on Mac. We are kind of stuck, right? On Mac we are kind of stuck. Well, it's compiling, but it's giving declaration shadow whatever, right? So let me see if we can get the previous version of. If we can get the previous version of. I can do it from here maybe, so you can see it as well. I mean, logging into the Apple developer, I can, but then after that, I don't know where to find it. Apple developer account. Okay, remember me, please. Continue with password. Yeah, continue with password. Your Apple ID is being used to sign in a new device. Okay. Near Milan. I mean, it's not real near Milan, but anyway, fine. Okay. There is a one-time code, so even if you see it, it's not a problem. As a one-time code, so it should not be a problem. Okay, so here I am in the thingy, right? If I click on Xcode, tools and resources, right? Why scroll so slow? Tools and resources, right? If I click on Xcode learn more, right? This page is saying that it doesn't exist. Ah, it works here. Ah, okay. On the other browser, for whatever reason, it was saying that the page didn't exist. Okay, fantastic. So now what? Now download Xcode. Open the App Store. No, I don't think I want the App Store. So what was the guy saying that after this? What should we do? Download for Apple developers. Description, release. It doesn't. This screen is super old. It's like 3 years old. Screenshot. What's new? Version history. Maybe under version history. There is a version history here. Ratings, privacy, information, developer tool, developer website. Maybe developer website. Developer website is this one. Resources. I don't know. Xcode 16 beta. They installed me a freaking beta version. No, probably there is the beta and the non-beta. Where the fuck can I download the previous one? Do you know where is it? Downloads. What? Yeah, these are all the Apple downloads that are not the not the Xcode. Maybe version history. Let's try version history. Version history. I know, version history is only this. 16th of September, bro. 16th of September, they fucked us up. 15th of September. Privacy. App support, I don't know. Let's try app support, maybe under app support. Wait, downloading, updating Xcode. The current release of Xcode is available. The latest beta version in previous, okay. I think I found it. More downloads. Okay, can we copy this freaking URL and save it in our I mean, it will change for sure, it will change 100%, but anyway. Bro, you authenticated me a second ago. Oh my god, you authenticated me a second ago on the same device. It was the same browser, just because I didn't click on remember me? Oh my god. Bro, it's the same browser. You did it a second ago. Okay. So this URL seems to be working, right? I hope it will be right. Xcode 16. And then probably you can click there and go. Okay, let me just save this a second. I think we will put it in our troubleshooting section. In our troubleshooting section, we will say what is this? Was platform Mac is not a valid platform to build, right? So after an update to Xcode 16.0, I got this error while building Unreal Engine 543 from Xcode. I downgraded my Xcode by downloading it from this page. Okay. Ay. Okay. Xcode, wait. Xcode 16, right? So I hope I can select okay, so is there another Xcode in this page or not? Bro, what is going on? Can I search with Control F or no? I cannot search with Control F on this stupid operating system. I wanted to see if there was another Xcode 15 somewhere, right? Probably there is, but it's like ages below this. Bro, why I cannot search? You stupid or what? Find. This is the sequence. Impossible key, Windows key F. What do you mean search Google? I want to search this page. What? You stupid. No, bro, please. No, bro, please. Xcode. Huh? What the fuck is going on? There is a keyword, okay. I filter by freaking keyword, but it's not filtering shit. Let me try on my Windows or I'm going to get mad very soon. Why you cannot just freaking Control F? Why they are so stupid? Okay, there it is. Xcode 15.4. So yes, there is an Xcode 15.4. So we only need to understand how to freaking search in this page, because it is in this page. Okay, let me try Windows F or something. But I don't see the full screen, or is an idea? No. Do I see the full screen? Yeah, I see the full screen. So why there is not a searching page? Chrome, right? Chrome. Yeah, Chrome. Find. Can I find in page? No, search the web. No, find in page. Yes, exactly. Okay, finally. Nearly did it. If you can scroll down a bit. Okay, Xcode zip, 3 gigabytes. It's not too big, so it should be easy to download in theory. With my fantastic internet, 35 seconds left. Xcode 15. You mean if I wrote Xcode 15 here at the top? That would have been a good idea, actually. Let me see. Yeah. That would have been a good idea, but we also learned how to search in Chrome. It's so counterintuitive, by the way. But if I press, if I press this key and F, maybe it does it. It doesn't do it. I understand. Can you remove this thing, which is exactly in front of my search, or no? No, you cannot. Okay. Okay, so we downloaded it. Now is a zip file, which I have no idea what is it. Let me just stop this, because anyway, this is going to GG. This is going to GG out. I mean, it's already complex with the proper version. Imagine with a non-supported version. Imagine with a non-supported version. I mean, 136 errors. Complete madness. Is already broken with a supported version. Now, do you think it will be so smart to remove the other one or not? My browser is like 2 FPS. Yeah, because I'm through VNC. The problem is the VNC viewer that is refreshing at a low rate. I mean, if I do it on the actual Mac, it's pretty fast. But here we are in. I don't know if there is a way to increase the frequency of the VNC. Maybe there is a way. But yeah, it's very annoying because it's slow. Maybe I have to buy the you know. Picture quality. Let's try picture quality high. Oh my god. Let's try picture quality high. Maybe it's doing something. Let's close it and relaunch it. Let me see if it's any better. Well, maybe a bit. But it's still, you still get it delayed by much, right? Compared to how it is on the Mac. Anyway, it's fine. Can you minimize this? Yeah. Okay, so I think it did something. Xcode app. I mean, he just expanded it under downloads. No! What do you mean? Should I launch this? Oh, so now we have 2. But I don't want it in. Okay. Wait, let me see what the page was saying. Maybe it was giving more instructions after the download. So, where was that? No, I lost it. Easy. After downloading, extract the utility using the archive utility. After unarchiving Xcode, open it. You see the interface like the one below. Navigate Xcode preference menu. Click on locations. Click on the next command line tool. New Xcode version is downloaded. You can see the image below. Current version is choosing version we choose. Okay. So you have to say because basically now we have both. Oh fuck. Can I just remove the new one? I don't want the new one. Open existing project. I really don't want the new one. I don't want it. I don't want it in any possible form or shape. I don't want it. I think I can uninstall it. No? Or do you think it will fuck up everything else? You actually opened the same. 15.4. Very nice. Yeah, but still I don't have... Why I don't have the... I don't understand. In the past, right? Why all these programs are not loaded anymore? Automation. Why there is nothing in here? Why I cannot select shader editor like we did in the past? Why? Why? Shader worker, I mean. Shader worker. Why we cannot select anything anymore? Why? I don't know. But anyway, let's try to build it and see what happens. And then I have to go, unfortunately. I mean, we made some progress, but still... okay, here the Windows one, the launcher Windows completed, which is very nice. So we just have to copy this stuff. Yeah. These are all additional DLLs that we need because we need. Okay. Delete from Windows Explorer this. Okay. And delete the manifest files. Okay. Yeah, there are a bit of manual steps because there are some duplicated stuff. So I remove the engine, I remove the manifest files, and then okay, and then this is basically done, right? So now if I copy this into my newly built 0745, right, which is a completely fresh directory built today. Yes, exactly. Okay, this in theory is our oh, yes, the new icon. Nice. Yes, because I added the icon. I should add it also to the launcher, by the way. Okay. So this should be the Windows release. Now, if it works, I don't know. But in theory, if we zip it up, Windows 075, right? You need to regenerate for Xcode 4. That is probably a good idea, actually. Anyway, this thing will take 2 hours, so we will see tomorrow. I will let it run. But yeah, maybe let me do that. Let me do this. Let me stop. Let me do what I did already before. So I go in. Is it stopping or not? Yeah, he stopped. Okay, he stopped. Let me go in. Where are we here? Yeah, let me go back. And let me do setup. that is in theory downloading the stuff that he needs for Unreal Engine in terms of like third-party products, right? All that stuff. It should not be different, right? But I think it will download nothing because we are probably already up to date. But just in case, let's. Okay, yeah. In fact, it didn't do anything. And then we generate project files, right? Then how do I ensure that this guy is not updating the operating system overnight? Because I know that this bastard would like to update. I'm sure he will. I'm sure this guy wants to update because there is another software update already in the queue. Which is the new version of the operating system released 1 week ago, right? That I really don't want, this one. So how can I ensure that? Holy shit. Who clicked on that? Huh? Download new updates when available. Who clicked on this? I mean, check for updates. Check for updates. But you know what? I will remove also check for updates. I don't want it to check for anything. If I want to update, I update myself. The file EU Mac workspace has been modified by another application. Use the version on disk, yeah. But wait, we have to do something more before doing this. We have to do the switch of the we have to do this switch. Let's do this. Location. So navigate Xcode preference from the main menu. Xcode. It's called settings now, but anyway, I think it should be the same, right? Locations. Okay, locations. Then Xcode 16, Xcode 14. Okay. Okay, so we switch the command. No, because the command line, otherwise it becomes a mess. But I really would like to remove 16. If I can, I would like to remove 16. How can I remove 16? I want to remove 16 because I want to see. I don't want to have anything new SDK, new tools, new shit. You know that this breaks everything. So how to remove it? So this one we did, right? Okay. How to remove Xcode? Open a Finder, navigate to application, scroll to the X app, drag to the trash. Holy shit. Drag to the trash. I mean, this is how you remove a wall tool chain on Mac. I mean, what do you mean drag to the trash? I'm not gonna do that. Xcode can take a toll on your storage and performance. Mfind Xcode. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, I'm not gonna do this either. I mean, I'm not gonna do this because this is probably gonna break the other one as well. Okay, for now we're just gonna launch it like this. Okay, it's sitting under downloads, which is a bit stupid, but I don't know. I mean, can I remove this from remove from dock? Yeah, exactly. Can I have this one? Can I have the new one in dock? Compress, duplicate, make look, make alias, copy, share, quick action, customize. Probably I have to open it, and then when it's open, I would say put in dock, right? So that we have it. I mean, we can keep 16. Maybe in, you know, in 3 months from now, we will need it, right? But is it starting or not? Uh-oh. Hello? I don't know what it's doing. I clicked on it. It's in the background somewhere. It's still starting or what? Okay, I will do I will do right click open. So okay, now that we have it here, can I say go to dock, options, keep in dock? Yeah, exactly. Can I move it here where it was? Oh, nice. Ah, that's very good. Whatever change to max version. No, well, I mean, I don't think it's no. I mean, it's max version, is not. I don't think it's going to. Okay. Ah, now finally, there is the list that I wanted to see. Exactly. Where is my friend shader compiler worker? Here. Why doesn't have the icon? Wait, my instructions were saying what? My instructions were saying shader compiler worker my Mac. Yeah. Okay, product build. Go. Do it. This one should be short, right? This one should be short, and I don't know why we do this step actually, but it seems that the Mac build doesn't automatically build the tools. And since you need at least the shader compile worker available, right, for compiling shaders and packaging and whatever, we build it explicitly, right? Okay, seems that it's building. Now, this should not fail because I built it with this version of Xcode 1 month ago, right? And it actually worked. So I'm not expecting this to fail. I'm not. Meanwhile, the Windows version should be packaged now. Windows 0745 is 6.5 gigabytes compared to the previous version, which was 6.3 gigabytes. So yeah, we added 200 megabytes roughly. 150, yeah, 200 megabytes. I don't know exactly of what, but no, I mean, I added some stuff. So I'm going to upload the Windows now, right? So the Linux and Windows are actually getting uploaded. Now we have to decide if I want to stop. Okay, this one succeeded, by the way. Fantastic. Okay, and now we launch this. This will take like 2 hours, so I can go to bed, and tomorrow will be available. Right? Hopefully. But again, it built already, right? It built already. So I'm not expecting problems. Well, on Mac I'm always expecting problems, but let's say not a lot. So if this is good, right? If this is good, tomorrow I can actually update the server. Tomorrow evening we can do it together. We update the server, or I do it maybe, I don't know, tomorrow at lunchtime. And then we can test the release. I still have to do some stuff, right? Because let me update this. So on Windows PS Launcher, it's funny when Paint says that he cannot copy stuff. This is done, and this is done, right? There is only one step here, which is the updater, but it's not a problem at the moment. On Linux, this is done, right? On Mac, this is in progress, right? And then we will have to build a launcher. Well, it's even before this because we are building Unreal. But anyway, right? So it is in progress. Now, then we will have to do this. We will have to do the server install, the database upgrade, because there are some changes to the database. We will have to test the server and then update all the website news and whatever, right? And then another release will be done. Making history again, guys. Making history again. We managed to do another release of Plane Shift, most likely. But let's see. Okay, with that, I think I'm going. Thank you for watching. If you want to click on follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube, that would be nice, and it's also free. And if you want to do a bit more, we have a Patreon site. By the way, let me do a shout out for our Patreons 1 second. Do I still have it open? No, but I just sent today a message in our Discord. If you're not there, you should go there. And which is this one. So thank you to all our Patreons. There is one guy that became a Patreon actually when we opened Patreon 5 years ago, George. So thank you a lot, George. It's 5 years that you are a Patreon. It's insane. We have people with 4 years that are with us. All these people, it's 4 years. Oh wow, what an effect. And what is that effect? Whatever. No. And then we have people that are 3 years with us, 2 years with us, 1 year, 6 months, and more than a month, right? So thank you to the Patreons, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye bye. I was a bit upset today, but at the end, I think we managed. I think I will go to sleep anyway with a smile. Good night. Bye bye. Our Discord. I will check it. Bye.